Good morning, church family. Pastor Brad here with another encouraging word. And this morning's encouragement comes from Psalm 97 and at verse 10, and it says this: "O you who love the Lord, hate evil. He preserves the lives of his saints. He delivers them from the hands of the wicked." And I want to talk about the first part of that verse where it tells us those who love the Lord are to hate evil. And we hear that and perhaps we think, wow, I didn't think that Christians were supposed to hate. But there are certain things that a Christian must hate. If we love God, the Bible tells us that in God is light. He dwells in an approachable light, and in him there is no darkness whatsoever. And so if we love light, then we have to hate darkness. There are things that are mutually inexclusive. There are things that dictate an opposite response. For instance, if you love justice, then it would stand to reason that you would hate injustice, because you love justice. Justice is pure and wanting to see what is right and good and see justice win out in the world. But when we see injustice, then if we love justice, then we would certainly think negatively of injustice, because it's the opposite of something that we love. If we love the truth, then we hate lies. There are things that dictate that we have an opposite response to things that we love. If we love God, who is all goodness, who is absolutely perfect in every way, it dictates that we have to hate the things that are opposed to God. Evil, wickedness, unrighteousness, injustice, all of those things that we as Christians are supposed to be separated from. And I think that we probably know that to some degree, but we live in a world where, man, these things are so very prevalent in our faces all the time. And because of that, we don't treat them as we ought to. There are things in the world that we ought to be like, no thank you. That is opposed to God, and therefore I don't want anything to do with it. But because it's so prevalent, we go, oh, well, I guess it's just part of the world we live in. But as Christians, it's not supposed to be a part of the way we live in the world. We're to love God and hate what is evil. So let's I hope that's helpful to you. I hope that is encouraging to you. But let's pray this morning. Gracious Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for all the many blessings in our lives, God. I thank you for your goodness and your grace towards us. I pray, God, that you would show us and teach us the things that we are supposed to abhor for your sake. Injustice, the sinful ways of this world, God. I pray that you would help us to see it as you see it, God, that we might keep ourselves from it and live in such a way that would be glorifying to you. In